Thank you, my mother. I finally got this trophy. In the past 20 years, from Hamilton to the University of Kentucky, from the 11th pick abandoned by the Clippers to the regular season MVP of the Thunder, Alexander has been working hard, planning and preparing to become the best basketball player on the planet. Every time he walks from the player tunnel to the court, Alexander's ears always echo with his mother's advice before going out. You'd better get yourself tidy before walking out of this door. Growing up in a single-parent family and living in poverty during his childhood, like the beginning of many superstar stories, Alexander also had a childhood that sounds very difficult. But when Alexander recalls those years, love and beauty occupy most of it. His mother is a sprinter. She represented her country in the Barcelona Summer Education Games in 1992. However, when introducing her resume, Alexander's mother said that she was just an ordinary social worker, had not made much money, and always had to move away from her family. But no matter how terrible the situation seemed, she would never scream or cry in front of her children. Alexander had never seen her mother cry, nor had she ever seen her mother depressed. This kind of teaching by example made Alexander a very self-disciplined child. Before going out, his mother would always ask them to dress appropriately, make sure your collar is down, and make sure your shirt is not wrinkled. Even if you can't play the part yet, you have to look the part so that when you walk out the door, you represent the family. Alexander's unique self-discipline and rigorous lifestyle can be traced back to his mother's educational approach. Her influence helped shape his calm and composed demeanor on the court. However, due to his thin frame since childhood, his journey in basketball was anything but easy. He wasn't even selected for his high school team as a freshman, and only began playing officially midway through that year. When the Thunder first traded for him, few believed he would go on to achieve greatness. But a look at his game stats over the years shows steady, consistent improvement in scoring, defense, and all-around play. Despite this, no one seemed to think he could become a great player. He was never the chosen one, as defined by fans or the media, but he always believed in himself. He had long dreamed of winning the regular season MVP trophy. He and his cousin used to lie in bed, imagining life as professional basketball stars. But when he failed to make the high school team, those dreams felt distant. After the rejection, Alexander told his mother, "They didn't let me play on the school team. I'm only allowed to play on the Mr. Team." Determined to support her son's dream, his mother helped him transfer to another school. At his new school, Alexander averaged 18 points and 4 rebounds per game, quickly becoming the team's core and laying a solid foundation for his future. Upon joining the University of Kentucky, he set his sights on one goal: reaching the NBA. Though he was only rated as a 4-star high school recruit, his college performance, 14.4 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game, caught the attention of scouts. Reports praised him as an efficient scorer, a capable playmaker, and a disruptive defender, thanks to his wingspan and athleticism. They also highlighted his leadership and high basketball IQ. These qualities made him a standout prospect in the draft. Although his physical testing was excellent, his slender frame led to doubts about his ability to withstand NBA-level contact. As a result, he wasn't picked until 11th by the Hornets, and was immediately traded to the Clippers. In his rookie season, Alexander averaged 10.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.2 steals. Though he performed well, the Clippers, eager for a championship, traded him to Oklahoma as part of the deal to acquire Paul George. When he arrived in Oklahoma, few believed he would one day become an MVP, but Thunder GM Sam Presti saw potential. He recalled a similar feeling from when he scouted Durant, though Alexander was different from Westbrook or Harden. The organization began building around him. The COVID pandemic caused the season to pause for 4 months. During that time, Alexander chose to train instead of resting. When the team reconvened in the Florida bubble, his physical transformation surprised everyone. Then assistant coach Mark Daigneault said, "When we first traded for him, he wasn't that strong. He built himself into that kind of player." Since then, Alexander hasn't stopped training. His dedication and discipline even impressed veterans like Chris Paul. His mother once said in an interview, My son has always had his own lifestyle. If bedtime is 9 p.m., then by 8:45 he's off his phone. He won't reply to messages because it disrupts his schedule. His handwriting is neat, his clothes always fashionable, and his car spotless. I don't like kids who show off, she said. I raise confident people, not arrogant ones. In her view, humility and hard work are essential to success. She constantly reminded Alexander, "You must be confident and composed. You should know you're excellent without needing others to tell you. But you must also strive to be a good person." After gaining the trust of the Thunder's management, Alexander realized he needed to evolve. That summer, he began special post-up training. Unlike superstars surrounded by elite teams, his training group was modest. Just 7 people. Himself, Canadian national team assistant coach Nate Mitchell, and 6 high school friends. They called themselves the Sunrise Training Team and trained every morning at 6 a.m. However, none of them were taller than 1.88 meters, making it difficult to simulate elite NBA defense. To solve this, they found a tall player named Borovac, a 2.03-meter player who often practiced on a nearby court. Nate Mitchell invited him to join their training. With Borovac guarding him during repeated one-on-one post-ups, Alexander's mid-range shooting improved significantly. Once confident in his mid-range game, he focused on his driving ability. Though he lacked Allen Iverson's speed, he mastered control, changing pace and rhythm to disrupt defenders. If you've seen Alexander play, you might not notice anything flashy. His skills, mid-range shots, sudden acceleration, getting to the rim, are common among guards, but few execute them as effectively as he does. In an NBA dominated by three-point shooting, Alexander's style stands out. Only about a quarter of his shots come from beyond the arc. Though he has increased his three-point volume and now shoots 37% from distance, he rarely settles for threes. Instead, he thrives in the mid-range, mastering the fundamentals, perfecting what others overlook. And that's what makes him different. That's what makes him great. Comment down below, what's your thoughts on Alexander's journey? Is it inspired you?